Stage is certainly set for an exciting final quarter for St Kilda. Their major goal kickers, Jimmy Packer 3, Morris 2 and Lowe 2. And the 8 goals kicked by the Adelaide Crows have all been singles. If you're a Carlton supporter, I'd just like to mention at this stage, before we go to our summary at three-quarter time, the club is putting on a dinner to honour Jim Buckley and Wayne Johnston. And I don't think we need to say anything about the contribution that those two players have made to the Carlton Football Club. It's going to be held on Tuesday the 12th of March in the Celebrity Room at Moonee Valley, commencing at 7 o'clock at $65 per person. That includes a 3-course meal and drinks, and the evening will take the form of a celebrity roast. Now, for Carlton fans and football fans who would like to attend, we'll give you a number. You can ring this on Monday. You can call Sandra on 03 387 1400. 03 387 1400. That's for the Jim Buckley and Wayne Johnston dinner at Moonee Valley, Tuesday, March 12. Right, let's go downstairs now to find out what the coaches have had to say at three-quarter time. Michael Roberts and Ian Robertson.
Well, Ken Sheldon was pretty happy with their commitment, tremendous on the forward line, but they must convert. He really honed in on that again because they're getting the ball a lot, but not converting up in the forward line. He said that the Crows are playing on at every opportunity on any part of the ground. They've got to cut their runners off. And he played a bit of school teaching. He asked questions to the back line, the centre line and the forwards, just for one big effort in this last term.
Well, no panic with the Graham Corns and his players. They were very, very attentive again in a good bunch and watching every word he said. He was asking, Neil Curley in the background was just asking the players to be positive and be aggressive. So they obviously still think that they've got a great chance of causing what could be an upset.
Right, the statistics on the match so far.
Well, you'd think they'd be fairly close because apart from that first quarter, the scoring has been very even in the next two quarters. 8-8 actually. The Crows have kicked to 8-7. St Kilda 138 to 142 kicks. Centre breaks though well in favour of St Kilda, 12-6.
12 points the difference as we begin the final quarter of the third quarter-final. Foster's Cup action from AFL Waverley. Knocked down by Kitchke. McDermott gets slung by Kitchke. A throw, says the umpire. And it's going to be a St Kilda free kick. Damien Kitchke, who kicked a goal during the third quarter. Not too much distance with the kick. Fisted on by Filkey. Morris almost caught with it. McAdam overruns it. Newport. Hocking. Nuggety little player. Filkey. Low trajectory hand pass. That was a throw. Hocking on the end of it. Thompson. Over the head of Daniels. Shanahan in front of Klug. And a good mark that time taken by Thompson in front of Cracker. Thompson at the right half-back flank for Adelaide, trailing by 12 points. It was 15 points the difference at quarter time, 15 points the difference at half time. Klug, this is what he certainly should have taken. They might be able to make amends here. Filkey again. Jarman gets ridden into the ground by Laurie, or is that holding the ball? Wait on the umpire.
Well, some sloppy handball by the Crows. They've had the opportunity to break clear and they just haven't been spot on with that hand passing.
Laurie's kick up towards half forward. Kelly gets the order to keep the play moving. Tregenza, Port Adelaide star, who's figured in many of their premierships. Oh, Daniels has nearly got him. Marshall, a little bit slow. McDermott, the veteran, acting captain tonight, long, inside 50.
Oh, it's punched away by Hodges. Gee, they look good. Here's a danger player, Hocking, ridden into the ground. How will the umpires see that, holding the ball?
Gee, he works hard, doesn't he, Hocking? At both ends of the ground.
And so does Nathan Burke. Here's Brett Bowie, half-back flank. He'll go over the top with the hand pass. It's a wobbly one. This is Robert Harvey. He's caught. Another hand pass back to Bowie. St Kilda with a loose man. Here's McAdam at half forward. Sends it up. He's looking for Morris to take a big mark. Couldn't do so. The ball hits the deck. Brian Wilson. Long hand pass. McAdam. Great tackle. Jarman. Too long. And the advantage will be paid to Filkey. This is a great game of football now. Coming away with it. Tregenza. To half forward. Klug. Nathan Burke. Taps it wide. Back-up support from Harvey. Harvey on to Bowie. Bowie goes back to Harvey. Good play to Saints. Over the top, McAdam. Further afield it goes to Newport. Danger now for Adelaide. Can they take a mark? No, it's tapped the ground. Harding on the left foot. An open goal. Kicks and misses. But some terrific pressure and some great skills of the of football shown in that passage of play.
Yes, from both sides. They've really lifted their work rate. I think the Crows feel that they have got a chance. I feel they've got a big chance also. They're really playing well at the moment, getting a lot of the ball.
Lindsay to McIntyre. McIntyre from back pocket left. Up the centre wing, one-on-one duel, no mark taken. Filkey taps it out to Jarman. That was better handball. McGuinness from McDermott into the open spaces on the other side of the ground now. Is that interference? No, a play on call. Lindner, he's livened up the forward line since he came on after the main break. Hocking again, can he get there? The ball travelling pretty quickly to the boundary line. He's kept it in, well played. Frawley, and now it is out of bounds.
Gee, that was a wasted opportunity, Bernie.
Well, Bruce Lindner didn't use the ball well, did he?
Exactly.
Peter, because he just kicked long and blindly into the forward line. Tony Lockett there out injured, of course, with that back injury.
And wouldn't they like to have him out there tonight? Got the injury against the West Coast Eagles in the first round match here. This is Marshall onto his left foot, and Klug marking in front of goal.
Now that was a clever kick from Marshall, experience showing there, and he didn't waste the ball at all. He knew he had very little chance of scoring, just put it back in front of goal, and Klug took the easy mark.
Not an easy kick. Stuttering run up, and has he squeezed it in? He has.
It was great play by the Crows, particularly by Marshall. They centred that ball. 9 points the margin. Bowie brought the ground. He'll get it out of the centre. McGuinness charges in on top of it. Jason Daniels is there also. But they've been beaten out of the centre tonight, although they've got most of the tap-outs, the Crows, when it hits ground level. St Kilda have been a little bit too good for them. Peter Cameron and Mike Viney, the umpires, tapped down by McIntyre again, and again they go forward. Can they take a mark? Here's a danger little man, Hocking. Hocking goes back to Lindner. Lindner will try and swing round on the right foot. He normally kicks long, and he's wasted it again. That's a good mark to Jason Daniels, but a wasted opportunity then by Bruce Lindner.
He's a frustrating player, Bruce Lindner.
He's got so much talent. Here's Bowie. Half back now. He'll kick to the half forward line. Lindsay pushing and shoving. Good play by Lindsay. McDwyer onto the left. Kicks to half forward. The two number 7s wrestle and push and shove, and coming in to take the mark is Thompson.
Thompson from inside his defensive 50-metre line. Was that in the back? The umpire pays the advantage rule. And McIntyre is going to take advantage of it. Kicks to the edge of the square. Laurie the flyer takes a screamer. Lured out of retirement from VFA ranks and snapped up by the Saints. Low! Gets high.
He's a danger man, Pete.
Well, he kicked 3 goals in the last quarter against the West Coast Eagles to win the match for St Kilda when things were looking a little dodgy for them. Can he do it again? Filkey certainly looks a lot different than when he played at Collingwood.
Shanahan looks like he's in trouble behind the play. He could be coming off the ground.
Maynard's kick marked by Klug. They'll kick their last goal. Goes short with this one, looking for Hodges. Couldn't find him. Kane Taylor and Nathan Burke. As Pete McKenna says, the two look-alikes, and they do look alike. They're almost twins, those two. Look at them. Two Dow defenders, nonetheless, for the Saints. Under 14 minutes left in this match. It's been a beauty. Foster's Cup Series has been a beauty right throughout so far. Klug again. Taking the hand pass at Lindner, and again he's off target. I think the terminology before wasn't it wasting the ball. Well, he was under a little bit more pressure that time. 9-11. Their score moves along to Danny Frawley. He's done well on Hodges so far. Restricted him to 1 goal. Grant in the box seat. McIntyre over the back. Lindner again. And this time it's out of bounds, right on 50.
Well, it's 8 points the margin, and there's Graham Corns. Klug done a marvellous job at centre half forward. It was Kane Taylor getting it to Nathan Burke. A hurry kick lands with Jarman, and this man has not wasted a ball all night. On to Klug again. Can they take a mark? Hodges and Frawley. Well done, Hodges. Taps it on. Here's a chance for a kick at goal. Rowe. And he's put it through.
Rowe's first goal has made the difference. Less than a kick. Peter Hudson, Ken Sheldon looking a little bit worried. The nails are starting to be bitten. Back into the centre. 2 points the difference. 71 plays 73. Remember, we can't have a draw in the Foster's Cup. There'll be extra time if needed. Jarman taps it out wide. Laurie and Klug. Oh, gets offloaded by Taylor. Looks like a good hip and shoulder. Well, it was too high, as the umpire said.
He's played a great game, Klug.
He has, yes. No arguments there. Klug from outside 50. The target, Hodges, and so very nearly grabbed it. Hocking and Grant, as Grant got it underneath him, he had it and tapped it out very quickly. Throw. Well, the umpires are instructed once the ball goes into the air, and from situations like that, it is a throw. And a goal here from Hocking would put the Crows in front for the first time since the second quarter.
Reminds me a little bit of wee Georgie Bissett that played with Footscray and Collingwood years ago.
Very much so.
Hocking directly in front. Oh, has hit the post. We had a controversial poster in Adelaide when Hodges hit the post. No controversy about that. 10-12 their tally moves along to, and the boys on the bench breathe a little bit easier. Grant Laurie to bring the ball back into play. Just over 12 minutes left in the match. It's a thriller, Pete.
Well, St Kilda haven't been able to shake the Crows off all night. They've always looked dangerous, and Jarman never wastes the ball. Look at charging after it, McIntyre. Now that could be holding the ball. That'll go St Kilda's way to Bowie. And half back. Next goal, very, very important. As we see, Brett Bowie kick it to centre wing. Oh, well done. A good punch away by Matthew Kelly. Looked like being a mark to Dwyer, but Kelly forced it over the line. It's right on the true centre wing position. A point the margin. St Kilda lead. McIntyre to do the ruck work against Harding, pushing and shoving. Jarman goes in to lend a hand. A very slick hand pass to Rowe. Rowe out to the boundary line and unable to control it with Simon Tregenza. So it'll be another throw in.
They've got on top around the packs, haven't they, the Crows? They're certainly giving the forwards plenty of opportunities.
11.5 minutes left in the match. Harding and McIntyre again. McIntyre to Andrew Jarman, who's kicked one goal for the Crows. Marking contest, none paid. Klug on the ground. Burke kicks to the edge of the square. That's a St Kilda mark to Harvey. Marshall has the ball, but it's not his kick. Very skillful player, Harvey. And they'll need him to fire in the remaining minutes of this game. Filkey, McGarry medalist, long on the shoulder.
A free kick on the Shepherd, yes. Russell Morris, the recipient.
Didn't see that. That was out of picture. Morris has kicked 2 goals. Thompson getting underneath it. Can't take the mark. Cracker slips over at the crucial moment. Kelly applies the tackle, holding the ball.
See, they're dynamite on that this year, aren't they?
They sure are. This is Thompson. The Crows giving it everything to try to get to the semi-final of the Foster's Cup. The winner of tomorrow's match. Off the ground, Shanahan. Loose ball at half forward. Thompson at right half back flank for Adelaide picks it up. Long clearing kick to centre wing. Taylor.
Oh, no.
Too high.
Too high, says the umpire.
Oh,
very lucky.
That's Kane Taylor. Very fortunate to get that kick. There's McIntyre. What a brilliant match. This man impresses me. He's done very, very well. Bartlett. Beautiful pass. Tregenza. Rowe. They've really lifted. Harding, the diving attempt. Couldn't take it. Oh, was that a throw? I think that might have been a throw. Yes, and umpire Peter Cameron's jumped on them for that one. Linder, the leading player, to the pocket. Who's there? It's Klug again. Will he play on? Yes, he will. Left foot. Kicks a goal. Hodges. Oh, couldn't quite control it. Still in play. Frawley. What a game of football we're seeing. Kane Taylor runs out of defence and brings it to centre wing. A tremendous game of football. Thompson, Filkey, Bartlett, Jarman looks very tired, Andrew Jarman. Tremendous play to tap it on, though. Here's little Hocking, the short one. And he's found his man. He's found Rowe. 35 metres from goal on a very acute angle.
They've got their tails up now, the Crows, playing great football. They're the side that's doing all the running, tackling hard, and running all over St Kilda at the moment.
Good pass by Hocking. Andrew Jarman's got the cramp behind play now. He's right. Now, this will put them in front if Stephen Rowe can kick his second goal. Now, let's have a look as he runs in. He's hooked it. And he's missed. So the scores are level. 73 apiece. And Andrew Jarman coming off. Gee, they'll miss his drive.
Certainly will.
Well, Hart is a very capable replacement, though.
Hasn't been the driving force he was against Geelong. Dwyer at the back, that will be the advantage rule. Free kick it was to St Kilda. He looked for McAdam. Up high was Lindsay, couldn't take the mark. Tackled was Kelly when he didn't have the ball. You have to give it back, otherwise it'll be 50 metres. Kelly with the free at right half back. Remember, we won't have a draw because if scores are level at full time, they'll play extra time. Bowie. Daniels diving on top of it with McIntyre. Certainly a low trajectory hand pass. Hart can't quite handle it. Tregenza. Kelly from a standing start kicks close to the boundary line. Marshall is marked just on it, and Taylor making sure that he was going nowhere. But the Crows, it would appear, finishing the fresher side. Can Adelaide pull it off? No mark play. Ball hits the deck again. Harding on all fours. Taps wide, opportunity for Dwyer, looking for someone to go past to take the hand pass. Taylor, twisting, turning, centering kick, Laurie. A little bit of desperation coming into St Kilda's play now. Daniels up to half forward, and that's a strong grab taken by Brian Wilson. Started in sensational form. Over to Harvey. Can the Saints build something on this? 50 metres out. Any score will put them in front. It's one behind. So a point to St Kilda under 8 minutes left as Tony Lockett looks on. 10-14 to 10-13.
Well, what a tremendous game. This is full marks to the Crows because they came from behind. They've caught St Kilda. They could have tossed it in at a couple of stages, but they've kept fighting hard. And this is a terrific exhibition of football. Here's Russell Morris to Cracker. Round the corner it goes, up to full forward, and the mark has been taken by Maynard. And he's battled his heart out up there in defence tonight. He's telling player was leading out there. That was Bartlett, but he said, I'm kicking long. Then he eventually goes short. That's Lindsay, the centre wing. Oh, thumped on by Shanahan. This is to the advantage of Tregenza. Tregenza with pace. Nearly brought down. Gets in a hand pass. Klug looking for a hand pass. This is McGuinness, who's not 100% fit, but he kicks long. He's looking for Hodges. Hodges and Frawley. Tapped down by Hodges. Here's Rowe swinging around on the left foot. Gives a hand pass. Klug straightens up and slams it through for a goal. The Crows hit the front.
3 goals to Klug, and Adelaide leads by 5 points. There are not many Adelaide supporters here, but they're pretty vociferous at the moment. Can the Saints answer that? Russell Morris out of the centre. Touch play on was the call from the umpire. Cracker over the top to Dwyer. This is the opportunity they want. He's got time to steady from inside 50. Wobbly looking kick, and Smart. Has he been paid the mark?
No, it's a
one
point.
Behind. 4 points the difference.
That's it.
79 to 75. 6.5 minutes left in this quarter-final. And what a thriller. Been a great series. This is certainly one of the better matches. In front is McIntyre. And echoing the sentiments of my fellow commentators, he has done well. He's rucked well since he came on the ground. It's at centre wing. Chance for the Saints through Laurie. Ball paddled back to him. Not too much support. Now there is a free kick. Holding the man. Adelaide free kick.
Oh. Shepherding free kick.
Walking down. Filkey to take the free. Left centre wing.
Oh, loose men
bad
everywhere.
checking. This is Rowe, and he's done well. He's livened things up since he came on. Kicked a goal. Could have had 2. Shanahan in front of Klug. Conlon. St Kilda looking just a little bit, well, worried at the moment. Maybe they can build something on this. 5 3/4 minutes left.
Not a good kick there.
Kick. High, a real up and under job. Low, sandwiched. Hurried hand pass from Filkey. Bartlett to Thompson. High kick to the edge of the square, and a good mark taken by Grant Laurie. 5.5 minutes left in this match. Couldn't possibly score from there, Grant Laurie. And a wise decision, therefore, to go short. Who's he picked out? Dean Rice.
Well, I don't think he'll make the distance from there. He'll have to kick from 55. Now they'll have to man up here, the Crows, and cut off that area where players run to the space. He'll be looking to the short one here. There it is. The lead is on. It's a bad pass. Andrew Jarman. Beautifully to McGuinness. McGuinness, the centre wing. Bit of pushing and shoving. McDermott's a tough customer. He charges into the pack and keeps control there. Coming away with the football is Rowe. He's made a difference since coming on. Here's the loose man, Hart. Hart over the top. Here's a chance for Lindner. He's normally a great kick. He stabs it low. Will it sneak in? Yes. A goal to the Crows.
2 goals kicked by Bruce Lindner. 10 points the difference in favour of Adelaide. That's their biggest lead all night. Can St Kilda answer that challenge? Time might be running out. Shanahan kicks to half forward. McAdam couldn't take the mark. And he gets a chance from the hand pass. Low, sandwich that takes the grab. They need this one to bring them within a kick.
Well, Maynard just doesn't look big enough to really cope with Stewie Lowe.
Who is?
Oh, that's true, Pete, but I thought Bartlett was doing a good job on him early.
And Lowe has kicked 2 goals so far.
That's it, close enough, 31.
From 30 metres out. He is missed, I fancy. So a costly miss by Stewie Lowe. Ian Robertson, what's the matter with Hocking?
Well, Peter, he was rushed off very quickly because obviously the state of the game, very, very tight. He's got a corked left thigh, and I wouldn't think he would come back on.
Bartlett kicks out. Finds Lindsay. Lindsay just up from the back pocket. Time is on the side of Adelaide now. Thompson pushed as he kicked. Jarman, almost a one-hander. Would have been a miraculous grab had he brought it down. Chance for Maynard. Marshall from a standing start. Kicks long. Klug, one of the best on the ground in front of Shanahan.
Well, I can see why so many league clubs went after Andrew Jarman. Well, for many years they tried to get him. Every time he touches that ball, he does something classy. Number 2 for the Crows. And his brother at Hawthorn, he's got the same ability. Here's Jarman charging in after Bowie. Quick kick. Rowe has made an enormous difference since coming on the ground. He's a real terrier. On to Tregenza. Tregenza to the half-forward line. The mark taken by Kane Taylor. They want to get it moving quickly. This is David Grant to the centre of the ground. Some pushing and shoving. It's thumped away from Morris. That was good football. Who'll lead in the race for the ball? It's McAdam. Oh, some pace shown there. This is Filkey. Well done. On to Hart. Hart swings around on the right foot. Kicks a goal. It could be another one coming up. Tapped down the ground. Frawley was there. Kane Taylor lying on top of it. Frawley in after it again. Oh, grab round the neck. And eventually the ball is forced over the line, but time running out for the Saints.
Yeah, it looks like the Crows really at this stage, they've had all the play in this last quarter, Peter, and shown a lot of desperation.
2.5 minutes left in this quarter-final. Kitchke, Klug, he lost sight of it. Grant. Real up and under job, that one. Filkey couldn't take the mark. Saints defending desperately. Rice, but they want it down the other end of the ground and quickly. 2 minutes 19. Jarman has it and will give it back.
McAdam coming off. He's being replaced by Danny Craven.
So it would appear time has beaten the Saints. McIntyre taps down. Jarman again. McIntyre tried to soccer it off the ground or from mid-air. Nearly connected an opponent's head, which would have finished up in Gerald's Road, I think, had he connected. The bounce is near 50. Kitchke, Hart overruns it. He'll get another chance. He's right on 50 now. Centering kick. Looking for Hodges. Frawley has worn him like a glove all night. That'll be a free kick to Frawley. St Kilda need to get it down so quickly to have any chance. Time on. Being added. Well, this happens. Kane Taylor. Well, they're going the long way home, aren't they, Pete? Oh, it's out of bounds on the floor, and that will take away, I would suggest, any chance that they have.
They had their chance when Stuart Lowe had that kick, and he looks a defeated man there, Kenny Sheldon. They blew it. They had their chance, but look, all honours are with the Crows because they gave a start. They didn't toss in the towel any stage of this game, and they always looked dangerous.
They really blew it in that first quarter when they had a lot of opportunities to kick goals.
That's right. McDermott up to full forward. Ball hits the deck. Rowers there. Tim Pekin. That was a throw, I think. Umpire calls play on. Here's a kick at goal by Hart, and it's missed to the right. So we would have paid the free kick for a throw. 12-14 to 10-16. Top performance by the Adelaide Crows as Frawley brings it back into play and finds Nathan Burke.
Burke at the left half-back flank. Marshall and Dwyer. Dwyer was held. He should get the free kick. Gets a play on call. The advantage well paid. Bowie from left centre wing up towards full forward. But it's all Crows. Kelly, good safe grab and defence. And as the clock ticks down to 1 minute. So their first visit to Melbourne will result in a win. Jarman. Over it goes to Smart. Kicks to centre wing. Crows making good use of the ball now, as they know that the siren is pretty well imminent. Filkey. Over the top to Hart. He spent some time on the bench tonight. Kicked 6 against Geelong. Hasn't quite been so dominant. This guy's done well since he came on, hasn't he? Rowe. Kicks into the man. Back it comes to McGuinness. And Marshall taking a very timely mark.
There's a clever kick there by Tony McGuinness. Good vision. And he's been a very good player, this man. David Marshall.
A real veteran. Clock ticking down. He might not even get his shot at goal. Hodges leads. It doesn't matter. Adelaide's won it. There's no point in taking the kick, really. It would be the home and away match. He's going to have a shot anyway. Goes for the torpedo punt. And will just about score, but it doesn't matter. So let's check the final score now. A win to the Adelaide Crows, their first trip to VFL Park at Waverley, 12-14, 86. Defeating the Saints in a come-from-behind performance. St Kilda 10-16, 76.
Yes, Pete, quite amazingly, St Kilda did not kick a goal in that last quarter. They could only manage 4 behinds. And in the final 3 quarters, the Crows have kicked 4 goals, 4 in each of the second, third and fourth quarters. But a great performance by the Crows. They stuck to their guns. St Kilda really looked the goods in that first quarter, but wasted many opportunities. Brian Wilson not able to convert when he had some easy chances. But there it is, a great performance again by the Crows.
So a 10-point win to Adelaide, 86-76, and they advance to the semi-finals of the Foster's Cup. And welcome back to AFL Waverley. The final score showing a victory to Adelaide by 10 points. St Kilda goalless in the final term. The major goal kickers for the Crows, Limner 2 and Klug 3. And for St Kilda, 3 to Cracker and 2 to Morris and Lowe. And so the draw looks like this. The Crows advancing to the semi-finals. The other semi-final is between Essendon and Hawthorn, and the Crows now to play the winner of the match tomorrow between Melbourne and North Melbourne. And let's take a look at the fixtures. As I said, tomorrow it's Melbourne and North Melbourne. The game begins at 1:30 Eastern Standard Time. On Wednesday, the next match is between Essendon and Hawthorn. That's the first semi-final, 8:30 Eastern. And the second semi-final, the winner tonight, then of course the Adelaide Crows. And they tackle the victor tomorrow between North Melbourne and Melbourne here at Waverley. So a great match tonight. And forget to set your clock back. Daylight saving finishes tonight. You'll have an extra hour in the cot. Hope you enjoy it. Hope you enjoyed the game tonight. Tremendous clash. Adelaide victorious on their first trip to Melbourne, and they're through to the semis of the Foster's Cup. On behalf of the commentary team, a very good night to you all.
The AFL says it's unlikely to transfer next weekend's Foster's Cup semi-final between the Crows and North Melbourne to Football Park. That's despite Adelaide's magnificent win in last night's quarter-final against St Kilda. The Crows trailed almost all night, but produced a blistering finish to get home by 10 points. The triumphant Crows returned this morning to applause they didn't receive in Melbourne.
They made it pretty well known that, when St Kilda did something right, you know, it was there, but when we did something, there was a deafening silence.
It was different. The siren went and all the crowd sort of jumped the fence, and none of us come up to them. They went to St Kilda's pass, which is a lot different. But no, it was a great win, great for the players.
The Crows escaped almost injury-free. Eddie Hocking limped in with a badly bruised knee.
I've got to go and see the doctor tomorrow morning and see what the outcome is.
There's no doubting the importance of the victory, but still it's early days, something not lost on assistant coach Michael Taylor.
So when you look at the situation last night, we didn't play all that well and we still won the game. So looking from that point of view, it was a good exercise to go over there, play at Waverley on a big ground, no crowd for you, and still win the game, so it was very pleasant.
The game itself opened in what appeared to be a St Kilda benefit.
And is that a goal put through by Wilson? It is.
The AFL's best pair of hands, Stuart Lowe, was well on top of Alan Bartlett, and only poor kicking stopped the Saints from leading by more than 15 points at quarter time. It wasn't until 5 minutes into the second term that the Crows posted their first major.
Slams it right through the middle.
Looking much more confident, but with little help from the men in white, Simon Tregenza threaded through another to make the difference 2 points. And when the classy Andrew Jarman booted his first 60 seconds later, the Crows were in front. But the Saints then added 4 goals before the half-time siren to again establish a 15-point lead. After the break, the Crows started to spread their wings. Pittman and McIntyre were well on top in ruck, and most of their teammates were coming to terms with the conditions. But the occasional brain fade cost them dearly as the Saints posted uncontested majors. Eddie Hocking converted to make the difference 14 points with 1 quarter to play. With virtually none of the 17,000 fans to cheer them on, the Crows dug deep and came up with the goods, kicking 4 goals to none in the final term.
Here's a chance for a kick at goal. Rowe.
The Saints started to crumble under the weight of their own reputations, while the likes of John Klug, Eddie Hocking, Andrew Jarman and Matthew Kelly led a magnificent outfit to a 10-point victory. Andrew Kay, 7 Nightly News.
Tiring decisions. Bruce Lindsay was penalised for a push in the back, and Lindner took a great grab before having the ball taken away, along with a 50-metre penalty. Hocking snapped the easiest of goals, courtesy of Scott Hodges, and at the final change, Adelaide still trailed by 14 points. It was a new Crows team that emerged in the final term. McGuinness continued to inspire his teammates, and John Klug at centre-half forward was simply brilliant. Hocking suffered the only injury of the match. He'll have treatment on a knee tomorrow morning. But the game was already over. The Crows kept the home team scoreless in the final quarter. What started out as a nightmare ended in a 10-point victory. It was a small but vocal group that greeted the team home this morning. A few heavy heads were among them, but that didn't stop them from basking in their glory.
I thought at half-time I might be having a spell in the second half, but it come right and it was, great win.
First quarter I thought I actually acquitted myself pretty well. Second and third quarters it was a bit quieter, but Peter McIntyre came last quarter and played a tremendous game, I thought.
They'll now head back to Melbourne to do it all again next week. Vicky Jobe, National 9 News.